Alright guys, we're now live. I tried to keep a straight face. I tried. We're now live with our third and final match of day 3. We're going to have one team advance to the playoffs. This is it. Vici Gaming up against Rising Stars. Whoever wins this match is going to be the third team to join LGD China as well as Rattlesnake in the playoffs. 2 Chinese teams. We're going to have a third, and we're getting things underway here.
Behold the horn of Magnus. I heard that. I was like, huh.
Are you talking about the game or something else?
Both.
Okay. Rising Stars, they're playing over on the Radiant team. They did choose to have that first pick. They've grabbed themselves Magnus. Okay. So, Mag first pick. It gives away Lone Druid as well as Visage. We've seen so much Visage the last day or two.
I know. Vici loves that hero. Aoi loves that hero.
Yeah. Good to see that. Got to get some Rod of Aoi out on that as well.
Rawa.
Welcome guys to game 1 between Rising Stars and Vici Gaming. My first time on the casting desk, so I'm a bit new. You're gonna have to hold my hand,
Noob.
guide me through everything. But as far as the bans are concerned, we had Lifestealer, Batrider, Shadow Demon, Gyrocopter. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. We've actually seen more and more Shadow Demon bans, which is kind of screwing with my compendium.
I know. How dare they?
Shadow Demon most picked. I think you
I had
did as
most
well?
picks, most deaths, and most first bloods.
Well, if Shadow Demon's not in the game, we're not getting that.
I know. I think he's still pretty high though. Chinese teams just love him way more than Rubik, and I'm actually surprised that they didn't counter the Magnus pick with a Lone Druid and a Rubik. We just seen how effective Rubik can be, and over the whole day, I think Rubik has hit RPs on more heroes than the Magnuses in the games. But regardless, Rising Stars Gaming will take Magnus, Clockwork, and Darkseer. This is a very, very strong 3, and although they did give the Lone Druid, I think this is a very nice core to work with.
Yeah, and I think part of this Clockwork pick is also to deny it from Vici Gaming. Vici Gaming love to give this to CTY in the mid lane. He's destroyed Mags before in the mid lane using this hero. It does force Rising Stars to run an off-lane Clockwork. They can't really put him at mid because Mag's going to be saying, I want that mid lane. Vici Gaming going to be looking for something else to send mid against the Mag in CTY's hands. But he's got a very versatile hero pool, and we're seeing Vici Gaming. Wow, this is aggressive. Leshrac, Visage, it has the makings of an offensive trial lane, especially considering they've got this Lone Druid pick who's one of those great 1v1 heroes for that safe lane.
Indeed, and I mean they have a pretty potential strong push lane. We haven't seen Chen and Enchantress much in this series at all. I'm actually quite surprised. I think those heroes are just insanely overpowered in the right lineup, and I think that we could have seen many 20-25 minute games instead of 40-minute plus games if teams used these heroes more effectively. Regardless, yeah, this is a very aggressive core from Vici, and Leshrac without a Shadow Demon setup is a little bit unusual, but Leshrac's still one of the stronger supports out there.
Yeah, you don't really have the setup. Yeah, I feel like that means Vici Gaming, whatever trialing farmer or carry hero they go for needs to maybe have a setup stun, whether it's something like a Sven. Yeah, Grave Chill's actually not too bad. Otherwise, we're looking at something like a Juggernaut to go in there to provide some additional damage, to give the Soul Assumption damage, combine it in there. Rising Stars, they haven't really got any supports yet. Maybe we're looking at that Darkseer in the 4th position. Something we saw earlier today was the Darkseer Clockwork was an offensive jungle where the Darkseer just got that early gank on the Lone Druid. And I think if Rising Stars expect to safe lane Lone Druid against the Clockwork, they need to do something similar, because Lone Druid will win the lane against the Clockwork unless you have something like a Darkseer going for an early gank.
Agreed. And these bans are pretty smart coming from both teams. Vici opting to ban on Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage just really, really good versus these heroes. Not too much in the way of lockdown. You have Gargoyles and Leshrac, but really Anti-Mage will just crush these 2 heroes, especially with Empower. If you get a nice RP into Mana Void, that could just spell definite doom for these team fights. On the side of Rising Stars, we see DK. I think they're a little bit scared of the push, is why they wanted to ban DK. DK also has that setup for Leshrac that you were talking about. Very reliable stun, can just man up on Magnus and Darkseer in their face, and that pushing potential is not to be underestimated. We see Rubik as the 4th man. I think that might be a little bit overkill. It looks like Vici Gaming already has our 2 supports. We have seen some unusual pocket strats where Leshrac has taken a solo lane, but for the most part, I think their supports are already pretty well out there.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely think we're looking at a Leshrac Visage support. The one thing maybe Rising Stars are considering is a Rubik solo mid. Something we saw Danny do a lot back at TI3. Because Vici Gaming have been running Shadow Demon in the mid lane. Last game he was solo mid, playing the farming role. And even in the past in the Dota 2 Super League, they ran a farming Shadow Demon in the mid lane. So Vici Gaming aren't afraid to run these sort of classic support heroes as a solo mid or a farmer. Rising Stars decide, hey, let's just ban it out. So one more ban coming out from them, and it's going to be on a Nyx Assassin. So he doesn't get picked up in the first stage here. Really, sort of getting, I wouldn't say overlooked, but it's just sort of the teams changing their priorities. They're much more preferring heroes like the Clockwork, the Visage so far in this qualifier.
Right, and yeah, Rubik and Nyx Assassin just taking a little bit of seat on the back road. And Silencer, we haven't really seen today either. Silencer, I mean, we've seen him quite a bit in the Eastern qualifiers, but I think that hero is just really, really strong, especially if you have an RP. If you RP and then global, what can you do? You can't even steal it, you can't counter. That just means like 2 to 3 deaths instantly for your team. But again, I don't know how well it would work in their lineups. Again, he'd have to be some sort of support role, but Rising Stars is pretty flexible with their lanes right now. They can do a Clock Darkseer off that we've seen Rattlesnake do a couple of times. We could see a Clock solo off lane, Darkseer solo off lane, Darkseer mid, Magnus safe lane. Just so many options up for them right now.
Yeah, they really can go anywhere with this. I think it's somewhat similar for Vici Gaming, but it's sort of more they're pressured into running this offensive trial with the Visage or Leshrac. The only way around that is maybe putting Lone Druid in the mid lane, which teams do every now and then. I don't think they want to be sending the supports with the Lone Druid. There's not really any need to, unless they're expecting some sort of an offensive tri lane.
Right, and we still lack a very heavy cavalry on the side of both teams. I'm pretty sure that Vici Gaming will also pick a relatively good hero that scales with items in their lane, whether it be Alchemist, whether it be any of those heroes. Luna, possibly. We haven't seen Luna too much, but I think it would work pretty well in this strategy. And Rising Stars obviously lacking a pretty heavy physical damage dealer, most likely in melee because of Magnus, but there's still Luna. I think Luna is just a really good hero,
yeah,
especially in the Asian playstyle.
They've already got the 3 melee heroes. I feel like if they put more on there, they're going to have some really weak, well, fairly weak lanes. You have Darkseer, Mag, who, despite being melee heroes, are strong laning heroes. Mag in the mid lane, Darkseer is an off lane, especially if he gets a 1v1 matchup, are pretty strong in those 1v1 matchups, but they need some range supports, and I feel like whatever carry hero they go for, they need to add some just strong lane control, because that's something with Vici Gaming, Visage, Leshrac, they can just punish this lane so easily.
And wow, taking a long time for this last pick. So 15 seconds left on reserve time for Rising Stars. Looks like they will have a Weaver. So again, we have no idea what they're going to do for lanes.
I think this hints a bit more towards what they do want to do. Probably looking at the Weaver as a safe lane, played as a carry by Xiao Chuji, and I think we see Darkseer in that 4 position. Either going straight into the jungle or in that offensive dual lane with the Clockwork. And there we go. There's your secondary carry for Vici Gaming. It's going to be a Sven. Probably, I would say, played by XTT in this tri lane with the Lone Druid played by ZSMJ, but maybe they look to switch that up, put ZSMJ on the Sven for the tri lane.
Right, and Sven, a hero that's fallen a little bit off the wagon a little bit, but he is exceptionally strong. They have so much AoE potential, and Sven and Lone Druid, those 2 heroes can just rip through Rising Stars lineup right now. You do not really want to hook shot a Sven and get trapped in there with them in that cage and just get rocked by his god strength.
Oh yeah, one more pick for Rising Stars. This just has to be a support. Like, there's no other way around this. So unless they want to go full Dignitas, which is like pick up 5 farming heroes. I remember one game they had a Clockwork support and then a Nature's Prophet in the jungle, and you're just like, where's the support coming from? But
Keeper of the Light.
Well, that's actually still in the pool. This is a nice little hero to have, especially if you're expecting that offensive tri lane. If you can get a good 3 hero Illuminate off at level 1 multiple times, suddenly that tri lane versus tri lane becomes a lot easier.
Right, and it's really useful for stealing opponent's pool too if you decide to do an aggressive triple lane. And Vici Gaming still lacking 1 more hero. Looks like it's probably going to solo mid, maybe a TA. Some hero that we haven't seen very often at all is Nature's Prophet, but I don't think he'll be used right now. But I like that hero a lot, and I think it fits well into like the split push strategy that we see a lot of teams do. But regardless, I think still a solo mid hero. Could be a Puck, could be Quap. Those heroes are still left, and it looks like Queen of Pain.
I was hoping for something a bit more exciting, but CTY, he's now powered up. He's doubled his name. The Vici Gaming, or the VICI Gaming solo mid player.
So on the side of Rising Stars, on the Radiant side, we have Super on the Keeper of the Light. We have Xiao Tuji on the Weaver. XDD on the Darkseer. Looks like he may be headed to the jungle, though. Definitely not solo mid with a Stout Shield first build. Mofi on Clockwork. And the last but not least is Air on the Magnus.
Well, as for the Dire side, the team who have managed to win 1 best of 3 today, much like their opponents have Rising Stars. This is your winner bracket finals. We've got FY playing the Leshrac, ZSMJ on the Lone Druid, CTY, the solo mid play on the Queen of Pain, Fenrir on the Visage, and then finally, XTT, he's going to be handling the Sven.
I would call him ZSMJ. You can call him that too.
I'm okay with ZSMJ. It's actually what I would normally call, but I figure the chat would just get freaking out with any sort of Austro-Canadian pronunciations.
But it looks like both teams already headed to the Radiant jungle. A lot of action going on there. We see a early lane ward by Rising Stars. And looks like, I don't know if they're going to block the spawn, but most likely with the amount of wards that we see in their inventory. Copious amounts.
Yeah, if they want to go for an offensive trialing, they really need to sort of look to block that pull, I feel. They haven't really revealed entirely that they want to do that. Lone Druid is a capable off-lane hero, but when you've got a hero like that in ZSMJ's hands, you're expecting it to go to a safe lane farm. You're not going to be giving him that suicide solo
Wow,
role.
he bought the wards himself?
Maybe expecting the Darkseer to come out of the jungle. Maybe they're saying, hey, this Darkseer may be going for an early gank. Get some wards up there. Protect yourself. I guess they're confident they're... Wow, their offensive trialing has some wards as well, so they've got double observer wards right off the bat.
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen a Lone Druid buy his own set of wards this early. That is a little bit absurd. No oov! No early oov, man.
He's got the Stute Shield. That's a very Canadian pronunciation.
A boot? A boot the Stute Shield. Okay, and it looks like for the other lanes, so top lane matchup looks like it will be ZSMJ on the Lone Druid versus the solo Clockwork, and Darkseer is headed up there. So I think we're gonna see a little bit of this Rattlesnake, you know, the off lane Clockwork and Darkseer, and it absolutely crushed that Lone Druid. I'm not sure if they were paying attention to those games, but regardless, I mean that is just going to be I just saw Lone Druid just get crushed harder than I ever saw.
Lone Druid, he's got an early observer ward here, right near that jungle, so he should hopefully see any ganks coming in from the Darkseer. Darkseer, much like the previous Darkseer, gets an early Satyr camp, so he's going to get himself a fast, easy level 2. No problems there with that. As for mid lane, we've got the Mag vs Queen of Pain matchup, a matchup which should be slightly favored towards the Queen of Pain. And bottom lane, this is going to be a struggling lane for Rising Stars. They're pretty much going to accept the fact that Weaver's just going to do his best to stay alive.
Yeah, and it looks like Keeper of the Light is actually rotating middle right now. 4 clarities on him, no mana, no health regeneration at all.
Well, I think he's actually got 4 clarities. This is like early level 1 small neutral camping, but he needs to be very careful because the 2 supports from Vici Gaming are actually looking to rotate, look to try and find him here near the mid lane.
Yeah, and it looks like Sven's actually getting harassed a lot on bottom lane. He's picking up Warcry at level 2, but no Stout Shield, and that'll leave him quite vulnerable to the harass from Xiaotuji, but it looks like Keeper of the Light is in very imminent danger over here. Yeah,
he actually has 2 of his neutral creeps stolen by the Leshrac. Split Earth comes out. They saw what was going on. Clarity gets used by Keeper of the Light, and unfortunately for him, he misses out on a bit of XP and farm there.
Ooh, XDD almost dying to that Satyr camp on top, but able to pop his salve, and it looks like he's already level 3.
Well, we're not seeing any rotations looking for going for a gank soon, but the fact he's actually going for an offensive jungle suggests, 1, he wants to avoid these 2 aggressive supports at the bottom lane, and 2, he wants to maybe look for an early gank on ZSMJ in the top lane.
Yeah, and wow, I think he's just going to go for the off-lane Bottle Crow, and just, again, putting pressure on this Lone Druid early is so important. If you get 1 kill on him early, it'll just set him back so much. And if you kill him twice, and you get his
bottom lane, they've got Xiaotuji! Sentry Ward is there, they are going to get the last hit. First blood goes to Fenrir. What a play coming out. They knew that Stormbolt couldn't be dodged by a Shikuchi because of the Sentry Ward being placed, and Leshrac hits a big Split Earth, so...
What a player.
What a player indeed. Vici Gaming come out firing.
Yeah, I mean, I expected them to. Did they smoke? I don't think they actually smoked. He had an observer ward here, so I'm a little surprised that he got caught out in that position. I was actually watching top lane at that time. But regardless, first blood will go to Vici Gaming.
Yep. Meanwhile, CTY at mid lane has got his ball up. He's going to start bottle crowing here against this Magnus. You probably expect this from both the 2 solo mids. It is the way that this sort of current solo mid metagame is going, and well, for the most part, we are going to see whether or not Rising Stars can bounce back from this.
Checking the last hit chart, it looks like Darkseer is on top with 18, but most of those are being neutral kills. He looks like he will take a little bit of harassing in the way of Lone Druid harassing in a range form, but nothing really too much to see there, and there will be Mud Golem, so I'm fully expecting it to run away. But mid lane matchup, I think that Queen of Pain has this huge upper hand on Magnus. 16 lasses and 9 denies. So he has actually 10 denies right now, more denies than Magnus has lasses at this point, and although he is going to be bottle crowing, I mean, he's just going to be lacking severely in terms of experience and gold.
Yeah, and we are going to see Sven actually get left alone at this bottom lane. His 2 supports have left him. They've actually gone top to help this Lone Druid. Keeper of the Light on the Radiant side has rotated as well, so essentially both teams just rotate. Well, Keeper of the Light's now back in the jungle, but Dark's is top, so both teams just reacting to what they see, and the only real mismatch coming out of this for Vici Gaming is going to be this Sven in a 1v1 matchup against the Weaver.
Yeah, and I mean, there are just a lot of bottles. We see the off lane jungle, Darkseer, going bottle, and we also see the offlane Sven going darks or going bottle, which is I think very unusual. But with Bottle Crow, with that really cool courier, man, look at that. Look at them flames. Them flames.
Well, the flames are going to help. I mean, it makes the career run actually a bit faster. C2I at mid lane. Ooh! He survives the gank coming in from the Darkseer. Darkseer and Mag now on the run. Now there's a Grave Chill to lead things off here. They want to bring down Air. Air gets surged away. CTY, he wanted to re-engage, but decides against it. Just a level 1 blink. It hadn't come off cooldown just yet, so no more kills going to Vici Gaming. They've had the first blood in their hands. They avoid CTY going down to the mid lane, so either way, it's a win for them.
Yeah, and I thought that they were going to be able to RP, but Magnus is not 6, so CTY, almost a full level ahead of Magnus in this. Again, just dominating CS charts right now. 25 last hits and 13 denies for this Queen of Pain.
Yeah, and Magnus at the mid lane is just not having a very fun time. Even with the bottle crying, only with the 10 CS is really not quite what you'd expect from a Mag. You'd think you'd have it slightly better off there. Meanwhile, top lane ZSMJ, he's farming just as well as the Queen of Pain, and Clockwork farming decently. So we are seeing Mofi with 900 gold maybe look to pick up some early arcane boots here just to give him that additional spam here. He is going for the max rocket flare build.
Look at this stack for this Keeper Light. He is only level 2 right now, but he is doing some work in the jungle right now, and that it looks like a quad stack actually. 1 Furbolg, 2 Satyrs, and 1 Wild Wing Ripper. So even though this Magnus may be a little bit behind right now, if he shockwaves that and Illuminate, that can just be a very, very early Blink Dagger for him.
Yeah, Keeper Light's invested a lot into this, so all those early game clarities. It's going to hit level 3 just now, so with that, it gets a bit easier to actually clear down that big neutral stack, and that's something which can help Mag get fast arcane boots, fast blink dagger, whatever it may be. Meanwhile, top lane hook coming, it's going to hit the Spirit Bear. They wanted ZSMJ, they may get him anyways. The Darkseer trying to chase is going to resummon that Spirit Bear. Root under the tower, no, he gets just out of range of the tower. Can they bring XDD down anyways? XDD, can he get him the Orb of Venom? Another Entangle! Oh, what a Root. What a player.
Admiral Bulldog of the East right here.
Admiral
just
Bulldog with a
clutch roots.
Oh, man.
Wow.
ZSMJ, I mean.
Did he actually resummon his bear to do that? We see there's a pretty nifty trick that you can do. Sometimes there's a 5-second CD on the Entangling Claws, and if you get a root and you really want another one, you just resummon your bear if you haven't taken any damage. But I wasn't actually checking if he was doing
stunned
that.
at mid lane. He's actually going to go down. FY with the rotation finds him with the split earth. He's just trying to kill off these neutral camps. It was a bit too low, and I think Darkseer just TP'd in as well. So Rising Stars just somewhat falling apart in multiple different lanes here. The TPs around aren't working. They're just not succeeding in the ganks at top. Clockwork hits 6, goes for a kill, doesn't find it.
They got them stacks, though. Darkseer taking out that massive, massive creep stack.
Is Darkseer really the hero you're going to be giving this to at this point, though?
I don't know. I think they need some levels up on the Keeper Light. He is only level 3 at this point. He has devoted a lot of time and resources for this camp.
Yeah, well, Fenrir, speaking of low-level support heroes, he's just level 2 on the Visage. He's going to look to join bottom. They drop a Sentry Ward, and I think they dropped it so that Weaver did not really realize. And this means you can lead with that Sven Stormbolt, and the Shikuchi may not be able to be used to dodge it.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of movement from these VG supports heading bottom for the first blood, heading mid, trying to mess with this Mag and protect their carry. I think just very, very good and excellent movement by VG Gaming supports. Oh, are they going to run by the Keeper? Ooh, I thought he was almost dead there.
The other Rising Stars heroes are actually in the neighborhood here. You've got Clockwork with a hook shot, and there's Iron Shell to put on them. So this could actually be the fight that Rising Stars are waiting for. 4 heroes at the bottom lane, unless it's something like a counter against TP from a Queen of Pain. This is going to be a good fight. They missed the hook shot though. 2 heroes Stormbolt. They're going to turn this around. They get the splitters on Mofi as well. XDD is low. He's not going to go down, but Vici Gaming 3v4 are finding kills. They're winning these clashes here in the bottom lane. Wow. Illuminate gonna clip Fenrir here. Not enough damage, just enough with the Gemini attack as Weaver gets Rising Stars onto the board with their first kill of the game.
Yeah, that could have been the break they're looking for. He was so close to getting just a perfect setup. Double Ion Shell, 1 on the Clockwork, 1 on Darkseer, but he canceled the hook shot. I thought he was going to hit it. It was only like a 600, 700 range one, but that was just really costly. Double Stormbolt into double split Earth for an Electric. So again, just a lot of heroes and resources devoted down there for only 1 kill, and they lost 1 hero in the process.
Yeah, Weaver's barely surviving another gank in bottom lane here. The Magic One saving his life as we are going to see Vici Gaming still controlling this game. Imagine if CTY had a TP down bottom as well. We've seen even more additional kills going the way of Vici Gaming, and Rising Stars, well, this is a strong start for them. This isn't a strong start for them, sorry. They really have failed with these lanes of theirs.
Yeah, I mean, Keep the Light did a little bit of work. I mean, stacking neutrals, but First Blood going to Weaver, and their other heroes just aren't doing so well. This isn't the effective Clockwork and Clockwork and Darkseer offlane that we've seen from a couple of the other Asian teams, but I think a large part has to be because of these supports rotations from VG. Look at them. They're always where they need to be, and they've only died once this game so far.
Where do you look to go if you're Rising Stars? You're behind 1 kill to 4. We're looking at over a 2k gold lead already, and well, Mag, I think he's just maybe picked up Arcane Boots or something. I'm not even sure.
We need to see some RPs from him. They can, I think they can easily kill this Queen of Pain, but they have the vision up there, and I think they spot out the Darkseer as well.
Oh, he went for a skewer RP. He does cancel as CTY so fast. Blinks out.
He can make a lot. He can do a lot of work. If he had TP to that bottom fight and approached him from behind and gotten a double RP on some of the stunners, I think that would have just been huge for him.
Meanwhile, top lane, there is a bit of a tier 1 tower push attempt happening. They're not going to get low enough so it can be denied, but they get down to about 200 HP. Fenrir is here to help out ZSMJ and make sure he doesn't get put under too much pressure.
Yep, already an early phase boost up on him, and 1-0-0 for his lone. Oh, he gets hookshotted.
Can they actually bring him down here? Looks like this could be bad. Actually, he's going to just turn this around on Mofi. Fenrir has a soul assumption if he wants to use it. Mofi burst down. This gank is just not working out for them. Iron Shell trying to bring down ZSMJ. Still Iron Shell. It was. Oh, wow. There's the root under tower. He goes down.
This is just a king.
Weaver may clean up though. Zhao Tuji's keeping it. He's got one. He's killed off Visage. He's going to move on to next. Another root. He's got a time lapse though. He's going to time lapse out of this one. TP in from CTY. Scream. Sonic Wave. Is it there? Yes, it is. CTY with the big play at top lane. 3 heroes on Rising Stars have hit the deck, and he wants a 4th. He wants Super. Super on the run. Scream not going to last, but Super is still in a world of trouble here. He's got no level 6. Can't blinding light this. Blink. Auto attack. CTY gets himself a double kill at top.
Oh, these roots are just so clutch by ZSMJ. He's just getting them at the exact right time. I thought he was actually going to live from there. He wasn't actually level 6. He was only level 6 after killing him, or actually, no, that's completely false. But regardless, just getting clutch roots all the time on this Syllabear.
It looks like Mag actually got a kill somewhere during that fight as well. He killed off the Leshrac, I think somewhere near mid lane. So Rising Stars are getting a couple more kills to their name. But they've still got a lot to do, a lot to work on here. LT Sven, what was that? I just saw him cancel a TP in front of my own eyes. I think a bit of a misclick there. He meant to use a Tango, accidentally wasted.
Mag has an Invis rune, he's heading bottom.
We'll see what he can make of this. This is something, I feel Rising Stars need to get something big.
Yeah, they need. I think they need one more support. They might not have enough damage. Look at this Sven right now, 1,300 HP.
This build of his, the treads into Drum of Endurance, is just helping him stay so tanky. He's already got the max walk right here, so if you don't kill him fast with nuke damage... Oh!
Miss Skewer.
He was looking for another kill on this Leshrac. I think that's sort of Aird's deciding that this is the one hero that they can maybe try and kill. He's the squishiest Vici gaming hero right now, but not succeeding in latching on with that skewer.
Yep, so still quite a bit away from his Blink Dagger, 1,600 gold away, but in the meanwhile, ZSMJ is farming away on top. I'm trying to see what item he's going. Doesn't look like he has anything on Chicken right now, but this looks like to be easy tower in his name.
BB coming in though, they're looking to turn this around. Dive with the Iron Shell. Can they get off an RP here? Skewer, it's on cooldown still. He needs to skewer them both together. Remnant, they stun him. Not once, but twice, and now it's Air to Force on the run here. Clockwork going to hookshot him. Maybe just going to leave Fenrir to die. I don't think ZSMJ wants to have any of this. 1 kill. ZSMJ still hanging around, though, as the Visage Birds still doing some work here. CTY is chasing. He gets 1 kill, brings down the Clockwork. Blink in from CTY. He wants to keep on chasing. No Sonic Wave, though. CTY is level 11 on Queen of Pain right now.
Yeah, he is just massive right now, just getting so much room to farm him in, and looks like VG is dominating the CS charts right now. 68 and 25 for Queen of Pain, 63 for the Sven, and 55 for the Lone Druid. So top 3 farmers definitely in the way of Vici right now, especially with that T1 tower down.
Yeah, it's a 5k gold lead. We're going to see Sven at top lane pop the Warcry, just help bring down this tower a bit faster. Plus 23 armor on that Spirit Bear makes it so much tankier here at top end. Well, Rising Stars are having some problems dealing with this push, and we still haven't seen the Mag RP. I mean, you mentioned we need to start seeing some. He came top looking, hasn't used it still once this game.
Yeah, I think they have some decent setup for it too. Like Clockwork can sort of isolate a hero and sort of make Vici Gaming try and clump and try and save their hero. They have a Surge for him to run in, but again, not really able to find it until he gets his Blink. Looks like Queen of Pain rotated downwards, but with his nice ward by him, he actually wasn't able to get anything out of it. This T2 tower on top is around half HP, but ZSMJ looks well on his way to Armlet.
Yeah, no surprises there with the item build. I don't think he's too worried about bringing down this tower in the next couple of minutes. I think Vici Game will be happy to sit back, keep on farming a bit longer. The Drum of Endurance is now there on Sven, just needs to fly out for a bit. And they've got all these levels, all this early farm. They can even go for a fast early Roshan if they want. Probably want to bring down these tier 1s in bottom lane as well as mid. And once they've done that, before even getting a single tier 2, they can take Roshan pretty much uncontested. They do have to worry a little bit about the Clockwork scanning them out, going in with a hookshot initiation, but I feel like they're just so far ahead, they can take almost anything they want if they group up.
Right, I think that might just be an unnecessary risk for them. They don't want to clump. We haven't seen a big RP from Magnus, but if you clump into a spot like Roshan and then get a wall off, and I mean, that could just be devastating, especially with Illuminate. And we see a 4-man smoke from Vici Gaming.
When they're ahead and they're going to go for something to catch Rising Stars by surprise, and Rising Stars have nothing to fight this with. No mech up on the Darks here, hasn't even got that point in the wall yet. He is level 8, so going for more points in vacuum, but the smoke so far not going to catch anyone. 3 heroes in the jungle who get avoided. Problem is, they're going to find the mag, and this Blink Dagger is only 600-700 gold away, and they may just straight up kill him right now. Oh, mag. No Skura out. No way out of this. Split Earth. Chain Stun is perfect, and Vici Gaming find themselves another kill. TP's in as well, so this is just not the most efficient play from Rising Stars. They go for the TP's in when a hero is already dead. Sven has this haste, so he can even go chasing, looking for another kill when Stormbolt is back up.
Wow, that Illuminate did do a lot of damage, though. It is not really slowing them down right now. They do pop a glyph.
Unless Mag wants to buy back this, which he sure as hell doesn't. He's this close to a Blink Dagger. We're not going to see them look to fight this. Lone Druid even rotating to help bring down the tier 1 tower. That's going to give him enough gold for his armor. It looks like his armlet now flying out, and Vici Gaming get themselves their second tower of the game. They're going to rotate bottom, probably try and prevent this Weaver getting a tier 1. They don't want to give Rising Stars anything this
Yeah,
game.
they desperately need a tower, though. Looks like Glyph has already been... Or, no, Glyph is still up.
They'll use this. They're not giving this to Zaltuji. They'll at least try and force a deny it. And with Lone Druid and Sven here, this is getting denied.
Yeah, I mean, I think they really desperately need some sort of gold up on them. Keeper Light only level 7 right now. I mean, he's still pretty poor, and they're just scrambling for items right now. Darkseer is not even close to mech. He did take out that huge stack earlier. I thought he'd be a little bit more farm, but sitting at 0, 2, and 3, he is still 1,700 gold away from his mech. Clockwork just up with Arcane Boots. No Blink Dagger yet up on Magnus, and Weaver, after giving up a couple early kills, forced to go into this very defensive build. Trez, Bracer, maybe even to a Drums early.
And Darkseer's given up on the mech. It's actually going to be Keeper of the Light going from there. Keeper of the Light getting some decent farm because of the neutral stacks and also all the Illuminates being used to defend lanes. He just picks up creep kills, so he's going to be going for that mech. Visage has actually picked up a medallion here, so Nifty will pick up something that can help focus down a single target, give a lot of extra burst damage, as well as go for Roshan. Lone Druid, another tower to his name. He gets the tier 1 bottom, no tier 1s left standing, and Rising Stars, they've got to be careful. CTY's poking his head around. He's starting to build an Orchid up with an Oblivion Staff, and once he gets that, Weaver is not going to be having a whole lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, same with Magnus, too.
Oh, yeah.
Both of those are very, very vulnerable to Orchid burst down. We see a smoke. It's a fake back.
Are they going to go Roche here, or do they just look to go for a gank?
I mean, they have the medallion. They could easily just sneak a Roshan in right now. And they have pretty good vision up right now, this ward. Not as far south as you would like, but I don't think Rising Stars... Oh, they do send the rocket in.
Perfect timing.
This is huge. This is huge for Rising Stars.
They needed this, and they need to take this fight and hope for the best here. Hookshot is there. Get an Iron Shell on Clockwork now and try and engage with this. Vici Gaming, they back off smartly so, but they're going to get caught anyway. CS MJ going to get caught in a culty, but where's the fourth damage? I think they maybe keep alive. They do just as Mofi takes the ball. CS MJ gets chased down by Zaltuji. He then time lapses out. CTY on the backline. Mag as well trying to get an RP off. He's not going to succeed in doing so. CTY finishes him off with a scream, and Vici Gaming are not done. They still want to chase. CTY still got a bit of mana here for another blink, another scream, and Keeper of the Light looks like he's going to be the next to take the fall.
Wow, this visit is just doing so much damage. Sure, you got a hookshot off into a cogs, but being trapped in there with a bear, with so many things beating on you, the gargoyles, you have Leshrac and Visage, as well as the bear, it's just so much damage flying out, and that Soul Assumption just picked off so many of the weak heroes. Again, RP not used for this fight. He's so close to his blink. That was such an important fight for them. Looks like they will get a Roche in for nearly free. The Lone Druid did die in the process, but he is keeping back mid, really wants his Aegis up. But with his medallion, he is just dropping so fast.
Vici Gaming are just playing these team fights perfectly. There's a hookshot initiation from Rising Stars, and still Mag has not had a single RP all game long. It's just phenomenal how well Vici Gaming are spreading their heroes. Queen of Pain's always blinking out, staying alone. You've got Sven with the Warcry giving them additional movement speed, and just the stuns coming out immediately from Leshrac as soon as Mag is seen, trying to just lock him down so that he can be picked off, brought down before he does anything. And Rising Stars, they're somewhat desperate here. They're going to go for a bit of a smoke gank here near the mid lane. They actually revealed themselves pretty early on. They need a team fight, and they need a team fight victory. Oh, Clockwork, hookshot on his ears. MJ, this could be... Oh, he's got an Aegis. This is what he's meant to do. Take up a lot of spells here, die, and then just win the fight for his team. Entangle onto air. He needs to get out of here. He's already used the skewer, though. He may just die here. He's getting slowed by the Oov, and air he's dead. He's not going to get off an RP. He's going to take a fall. He's there. MJ pops the ultimate form once again, so he's not going anywhere. And CTY chasing after Zaltuji. Zaltuji, plenty of mana to get away from this as, well, it's an Aegis for 2 more hero kills.
I mean, diving a T1 tower for an Aegis kill, that is exactly what you do not want to do when you're in this position.
Yeah.
And they didn't even get the T1 out of it, which is quite ridiculous. And without Magnus up, I think they could just easily take this T2 tower. And again, no RPs yet from Magnus. He's so close to his blink, but he keeps on dying. He's 2 and 3 right now, and they desperately need some sort of team fight presence in these first 20 minutes of the game.
Yeah, he's going to be respawning just a second. Still no blink dagger as well, which is the other thing. He's been very close for it for some time, but every fight he's getting caught out. He'll farm a couple hundred more gold. Then they'll take another fight where he just gets caught out. If anything, it feels like Rising Stars should just waited for the blink dagger, because these fights have not worked out for them, not one bit at all.
And Vici actually has an early gem pickup, so that is bad news for this Weaver. Looks like, again, more survivability items, Ogre Club in his inventory. And one interesting thing to point out is that Leshrac actually went for a Lightning build. So 4 Split Earth and looks like 4 Lightning. He just hit level 8. I think it's a very smart choice. If he moves in, he's just going to get caught by way too many spells. He only has 900 HP right now. That is more farm than most of the supports, but if you have to walk up in melee range and use your Edict to full potential, you'll get hit by Cogs. You'll get caught by Vacuum, hit by Wall, most likely hit by RP and Illuminate. There are just so many things he really has to watch out for.
Queen of Pain actually gets a pick off. A solo kill at the bottom lane on the Weaver here, just as he gets the Orchid. That's what I was missing there. He gets the Orchid, gets a solo kill, and Mofi at midline, brought down by the Visage Revenants, and now the chase is on. They want the Keeper of the Light, maybe. Keeper of the Light hasn't quite been spotted yet. CTY is going to catch Sense soon, and there we go. Super gets spotted. CTY can actually blink forward. He's found Darcy with an Orchid here. Stormbolt pulled this up in XDD. He's got no way out of this. There's the Sven ultimate. 4 heroes hit the deck.
Wow, that's just great heads-up play by CTY right there.
He ignores the Keeper of the Light. That is so smart.
Getting the kill on a Darkseer is just so important. Now they're 4 heroes down. Even if he does get a 5-man RP, there's no follow-up, there's no wall, there's no illuminate, there's no anything on the side of Rising Stars. But it looks like they will just opt for the T2 tower, not having that Aegis anymore, deciding to play it a little bit safe. So looking at the gold graph right now, over 10,000.
Do I want to look at the gold graph?
It is just looking ugly right now.
Warcry gets popped. Easy tier 2 tower. They're probably going to back off just because some of these heroes low HP, low mana. Queen of Pain actually completely out of mana. So not something which they can really easily take another fight. Deny actually comes out from Weaver. Nice bit of play there by Zaltuji on that Weaver, but it's just, it doesn't feel like it's enough.
This is what they needed. R-Stars Air just purchased Blink Dagger. This is the moment they've been waiting for.
It's what they needed 8 minutes ago.
I know. It's been a long time coming, but finally it's up. And maybe they can finally get their Wombo combo off. Blink RP, Skewer Shockwave, Vacuum, Wall of Replica into an Illuminate. That would be a lot of damage, and especially without any BKBs up on the side of Vici Gaming. We actually see Sven go in a very unconventional Blink Dagger build, which I think is actually pretty good. If they can get the jump on Magnus and just straight up kill him, again, no RP, no win for team fights for R-Stars.
Yeah, the way Vici Gaming are playing this Blink Dagger, the initiation potential means that Sven can just chase around with the Queen of Pain, get these pickoffs, find heroes like the Mag, and just make sure he goes down and goes down fast. And this Vici Gaming 5-man Death Ball army is going to get really scary really fast. We've got Lone Druid who's getting close to an Assault Cuirass, and the Dire team, sure there's a Blink up here, but I just don't think they care that much. They're going to have a mech coming on Leshrac as well, it looks like, so they're going to add some team fight survivability on top of all this.
Yeah, I mean, if they get their BKBs up, if this game goes on 10 or 15 more minutes, it's just going to be really, really devastating for R-Stars. They only have 1 T1 tower down right now, and on the side of Vici Gaming, they've already taken down 5.
Wow, that's painful. And this Vici Gaming, they group up as a, well, they bring 3-4 heroes top lane, and that's exactly where Rising Stars were. Just with this Mag Blink pickup, they want to take a fight as soon as possible, Rising Stars, because the longer they sit back and just play a farming wall, the further they're falling behind. Meanwhile, bottom lane, CTY, he's found Zaltuji again with the Orchid. Sonic Wave, another easy solo pickoff. CTY is level 17. Let's take a look at these hero levels. The next highest level in the game is 14 on the Lone Druid, and the Radiant team, well, Weaver level 13, and we just saw what happened to Weaver.
I mean, that's just very smart play by CTY. If you notice, there's not even a T1 tower very close. So he was actually anticipating that Weaver going down to farm bottom, or perhaps a Magnus, but regardless, he was just anticipating this. Oh, looks like he did get the Orchid off on the Magnus, but unable to go for a kill. But CTY just playing very, very well right now. 8-0-3, able to anticipate the moves from the heroes that need farm from R-Stars, and just able to kill them and keep them in this really crutch position. Really underfarmed, have to constantly be scared, and again, they just have complete map control right now.
The other big problem at the moment is that they just can't kill CTY. The supports they have, Darkseer, Keeper Light, there's no lockdown. The only way they could kill him is if they want to mag RPM, and that would maybe be just on a solo Queen of Pain, because right now Queen of Pain is just roaming, was the last couple minutes, roaming around the enemy jungle, looking for solo kills, looking for pickoffs, killed the Weaver, then looked to go on the mag, and even if Rising Stars bring 3-4 heroes, they're not killing that Queen of Pain.
Yep, but R-Stars does have a really, really good turtling lineup. They have Keeper of the Light, and they have Magnus. Two of the best heroes. I would say Tinker probably is one of the top 3, but other than Tinker, these two are just phenomenal at base defending. They haven't broken a T3 tower yet, but, I mean, the Bear can just beat on it. What are you going to do about the Bear? We have seen some Clockworks just cog them up, but they don't really have any damage right now. Weaver, again, forced to go defensive items with no Orchid up on him. He is constantly going to die to this Queen of Pain. He really needs a BKB right now. It looks like CTY looking for a kill in the middle.
Yeah, with this invasion, I think he can just straight up get one. Silent. Is it going to come out? He can actually steer away from this. He's actually thinking about a blink, and now we're going to see the Lone Druid Spirit Bear come in, so he doesn't go for the mag kill.
I'm surprised he didn't Orchid him more.
Yeah. I don't know if it was maybe a bit of a misclick. I think he was trying to do damage then Orchid, because last time he went on the mag, he Orchided before he screamed, and mag actually blinked out between the Orchid and the scream.
Looks like he's looking for a kill on Shatuji right now.
Oh man, this is like deja vu. This has happened twice already. Solo kills both time, and he's got it again. Wave is there. Zaltuji goes down.
I mean, he has to see these coming. This is pretty much the same thing that's happened like 3 or 4 times already. I'm trying to check the Weaver score right now. He has 3, 5, and 0. Sure, he has his Mithril Hammer.
Mofi pops the cogs, and I think he's going to be safe there. He had no follow-up stun from the left track. Was too much distance there. Darkseer going to surge himself out of there, so looks like he's going to be safe for now. But Vici Gaming, this bottom lane, this bottom tier 2 tower especially, not looking all too safe. Lone Druid looking to be ready to get pushed. Has he got his Assault Crest just yet?
Looks like it. I mean, he's very, very close. But, I mean, for the Weaver, he's died like the exact same way a couple times already. As soon as Quap's got an Orchid, he just looks for easy picks. And either they need to bait the Weaver out with a Clockwork stun on the Quap that blinks in, or a Magnus counter RP to initiate. But they really, Vici Gaming is just free to do whatever they want. They're not scared at all. There's no baits. There's no counter ganks. They haven't really reacted with any smoke ganks, no blink RPs. Like Rising Stars is just pure defensive position right now, and again, they just aren't making anything happen. No kills. They aren't really getting anything out of the split pushing, out of this turtling. And I mean, they can hold on, but it just seems like right now they're delaying the inevitable. And I think they need to go on the aggressive, even though it might seem counterintuitive. Just because they're in such a defensive position, they really need to get kills. Looks like we see 2 smoke heroes wrapping around from behind.
Yeah, this is the way they do it. And I got to agree, it's like, what are they actually turtling for? Why are they stalling? Because they've got no real great late game. It's Vici Gaming who scale much better going late game with the Lone Druid, the Sven, and even some powerful support options in the semi-carry and the Queen of Pain. So this smoke wraparound needs to work with the Mag and the Darkseer.
Yep, they do have a sentry though. They are ready for it.
They are ready for it. There's a vacuum, there's an RP. It is going to catch 3 here. Darkseer going to drop the wall here. This may be enough for the team on the right, the Rising Stars, but I don't think so. It's going to get turned around. Vici Gaming has already lost 3. Can the Queen of Pain turn this around? Zeus MJ Game going to town with an entangle. Mofi hits the deck. Now onto the Darkseer as well as Keeper of the Light. Keeper of the Light's low. Keeper of the Light will go down. Queen of Pain with an ultra kill. Only one left. It's Zaltuji. He's silenced up. Is there enough damage to bring him down? He's got no time left. He is going to get a Shikuchi out of this, but Queen of Pain saved that fight. They lost 3 right off the bat in that RP, but they turned it around so well.
That was as good as initiate as you're going to get. A 3-man vacuum into an RP. That was just really great play by Darkseer right there. He saw the smoke pop, and usually Queen of Pain can get an instant silence on him or one of the stuns, but he forced him in, vacuumed 3 of them into an immediate blink RP, and that's about as good as a fight as they're going to get. But unfortunately, they still traded 5-4-3, and looks like this T2 tower is going to... I mean, I think it was definitely the right idea, but it's just too little, too late. They need to play it aggressive, force Vici Gaming into a more defensive position.
You get team wiped after the perfect initiation. That's when you know you're in all sorts of trouble. They've got no real late game. They're going to have a BKB soon on the Weaver, but it doesn't feel like that's even going to be enough. We're going to have Vici Gaming picking up Roshan in the next minute or so, and once they get that Aegis, I feel Vici Gaming can probably take a tier 3 tower, probably take Raxus, especially when you've got Lone Druid, who's such a fantastic sieging hero. Yeah,
and I mean, it goes back to what you were saying earlier. Like, what are they turtling for? A BKB on Weaver? That's not really going to change that much. Sure, he might not get picked off once in a while, but in a team fight thing, that doesn't really do that much. A mech is already complete on Keeper Light. They already have Blink on Magnus, and again, most of the core items are already completed, and they're just falling so far behind in terms of net worth. 13,600 for Queen of Pain, 12,400 for Lone Druid. And, I mean, they're just so far behind in terms of farm right now.
Yeah.
4th and 5th for Weaver and Magnus, but just so far ahead behind the core heroes of Vici.
It's a 15k gold lead altogether, and Vici Gaming the ones in complete utter control.
Ugly.
Side of eyes on Queen of Pain. I mean,
Yeah,
the item pickups are just incredible.
Shreds, haste in a bottle, scythe,
Mech's coming
Aegis.
out. Yeah, Mech for the Leshrac. This team fight is looking to sort of start ending the game here, it looks like.
Yep, and I mean, there's a casual cloak on the bear as well as an already completed assault cuirass.
Yeah. Defending this is going to get very, very difficult for Rising Stars. I mean, sure you can turtle, sure you can spam, but if you don't engage, your tier 3 towers are getting chipped away by the Spirit Bear. It doesn't have a resummon at the moment, but I don't see any real reason for Vici Gaming not to look to just keep on applying pressure. Don't let Rising Stars out of their base. Farm their jungle even, but as long as Rising Stars aren't farming, well, you're looking pretty good if you're Vici Gaming.
I feel like they could use 2 things that would really, really help them push it. They have the AC, they have the Orchid and the Sheep and the Mech, but I think 2 things that would really help them. One, Urn of Shadows. You can use that on the bear because he is most likely going to take a lot of damage, whether or not he's trapped inside the cogs, just taking Shockwave or Illuminate or whatever it may be. They usually need to heal that up, and you need both of those bears to break this T3 tower for the most part, especially with the superb turtling lineup from Rising Stars. Also, I think a pipe would help. It looks like a lot of people have casual cokes. We see one on Lone Druid, as well as the Visage. Looks like a Visage will actually...
He's starting, Visage is starting to feel the pipe.
And I think they really need that if they want to break this base, especially without any BKBs on their heroes. Again, Queen of Pain going for a very, very offensive build with Scythe of Bison, Orchid Malevolence, and Sven also very offensive build with Blink. But no BKBs and no magic, no pipe and no urn will make this pretty, pretty difficult.
Yeah, they can't really go fully high ground. What they can do, not just Spirit Bear, even the familiars from the Visage can just chip away at the tower once they get creeps on the high ground. But without the pipe, Keeper Light's just going to instantly spam down every creep wave. It is not going to be the easiest siege for them. Maybe it just comes down to CTY, blink in, find a target, kill them, because he's got an Aegis here, so he can just go blinking in somewhat suicidally if he so chooses.
Yep. And, I mean, he doesn't want to extend too far, though, because if you put yourself in a very compromising situation, sure, he has the Aegis, but still, you can put your team in a compromising situation, and if they get another RP, especially at their T3 this time, where you can buy it back and instantly TP back to the fight, it could be very devastating, and just the turnaround that Rising Stars is looking for.
Yeah, Darkseid was actually going for another loop around once again, like the last fight that went somewhat okay for Rising Stars. They need to do something like that, whether it's a smoke wraparound or just a casual backstab with one of these heroes, either the Darkseid or the Mag. They need to hit off a big vacuum or a big RP. Without this happening, there's no chance in hell for them. Darkseid needs to get that wall of replica down because there's really no sources of damage to Rising Stars. So, hey, let's use your opponents.
Yeah, and they actually don't have any detection right now. This could hurt them. They had a sentry over here, but Keeper Light with that gem in his inventory that he picked up from Vici. I mean, Weaver can actually do some damage right now. Sure, he only has 133 damage, which is not where you want to be 32 minutes in the game as the one roll. But regardless, if you don't have detection, he still can do a lot of damage, especially with that max swarm we see on him.
This Queen of Pain is 13, 0, and 4, and also just hit level 21.
Yeah, he is, wow, he is just massive. CTY, what a player.
I mean, you look at someone like ZSMG and think, man, this guy's a legend. This guy's the carry player to look out for, but CTY says, all eyes need to be on me.
Yeah, I mean, he can, if he had a Scepter right now, he could just kill a hero every 40 seconds.
Yeah. Well, 3.4k gold, but interesting to see if he does go for something like a Scepter, some additional damage, or if he picks up playing along line with BKB. They pop the Warcry, suggest they want to go high ground here. They do at least send the Spirit Bear up. Blinding Light going to create, well, pretty much prevent it from actually attacking the tower. And as a result, Vici Gaming, this is, you can see how it's difficult for them. But even though they're kind of failing at pushing, it's like, well, Rising Stars aren't getting any closer to getting back into this game.
Right, so it looks like they are going to wait for another day. Again, 2 minutes on the Aegis. It looks like they probably won't push a T3 in the meantime, so it looks like we will have a brief bit of delay in the game. But again, this XP graph and gold graph just continually in favor of Vici. Rising Stars not getting any break sort of, I mean, they'll have a small break now, but just total map control for Vici Gaming, especially with this Queen of Pain that is as stacked as she is. If any hero on the side of Rising Stars tries to farm by themselves, they're almost going to be met with swift and certain death by the hands of QOP and hands of by CTY.
Yeah, and that's a great thing that Queen of Pain can just get these solo kills. It's not just if Rising Stars see 4 Vici Gaming heroes on the map, doesn't mean you can go off and farm a lane, because if Queen of Pain finds you, you're instantly dead. I'd love to even see something like a Boots of Travel pick up on Queen of Pain just to help find some of those pickoffs here in the late game. Currently
4,200 gold right now. She is so rich.
Wow.
Space Creator, CTY, MVP for this game so far, at least in my eyes. Just doing everything around the map.
BKB. Okay, so he's gone for the BKB.
Nice and safe.
Yeah, the safe option. Nothing really wrong with it at all.
Yep, and it looks like they're pretty close to. Oh, we see a mass disconnect on the side of our stars. Woof. What a game so far. I mean,
give us a chance
VG is just
catch up,
playing so solidly right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, I really haven't seen any like significant errors on their part. They're just playing very well. Nice rotations from the supports early game to try and counter the aggression from Clockwork and Darkseer, and just secure Lone Druid's farm, secure Queen of Pain, make sure she doesn't die, and getting that first blood for Sven just really set the pace for this triple lane.
Yeah.
And one thing that we've really seen is like if you lose your triple lane, you're almost in a defensive position for like the rest of the game. And I think teams just need to really concentrate on winning that lane.
Yeah, and I'm not really surprised with Vici game. I feel like their games against Mineski were close, they were tested a bit, but they looked overall more solid than a team like Rising Stars. Rising Stars were put to a challenge by mith.trust, but it's great to see this group be much more sort of overall just a close contention between all these teams. And right now, moving forward, for Vici Gaming, they've pretty much sealed the deal with Game 1. They've got to finish off Rising Stars, who are having some sort of connection to this issue here, but if they can do that, they go into Game 2. If they win that, they're already got themselves into the playoffs, and they'll be looking fantastic. They've got a week off, then they can come back and just look to seal the deal.
Yep, and I mean, as far as the rest of this game goes, I mean, I think it's fairly straightforward as to what Vici Gaming needs to do. They're going to take Roshan, wait just for more items, whether it be a Basher on Lone Druid, Maelstrom maybe, or a Scepter on Queen of Pain after all these ridiculous items that she's already farmed. It's just pretty straightforward. Just keep starving Rising Stars, make them turtle inside their base. Sure, you can turtle, but you're just delaying the inevitable. And eventually, they will just reach just critical massive items where they need a BKB up on the Sven and a few others, and they can just brute force up that hill. A pipe, I think, is necessary, and your turtle can only last for so long. Rising Stars need to try and push outside of their base. They have the gem, actually, so that is one saving grace for them. And if they can make things happen with RP, for perhaps maybe pick off the Quap, who's actually been picking off most of Rising Stars for most of this game. But if they can turn the tide and make them in sort of defensive position, just picking off, using everything just to get one sort of kill, and again, just expand the area that they can farm, get a couple ancient stacks up. They do have them power with a cleave. I mean, I think they do have a small chance of winning this game, but things are looking bleak. But they can't turtle. Turtling will only get you so far.
Yeah, that's where I feel like if this wasn't the qualifiers for the international, this team would have almost called GG by now. There's so much at stake, and even just that 1% chance of coming back in the game, it's like, hey, let's fight it out. You've got to hope for the best. You've got to try hope that maybe Vici Gaming just completely overextend, and with that, hey, you find yourself a lifeline. If you claw your way back in, you'll make some people happy with their compendium predictions, and hey, you'll get yourself a win.
Right. So the winner of the series, so again, this is the first game of the BO3 between Rising Stars and Vici Gaming. The winner of the series will join LGD and Rattlesnake.
Yep.
Rattlesnake as for the winners finals thingy.
Essentially the playoffs.
Yeah, the playoffs.
There'll
the playoffs for the TI3 Eastern qualifiers.
Yeah, 2 teams from each group's advance. They then play each other in essentially another 4-team group. The 2 teams advance from that are in the grand finals. They're both going to Seattle. However, the winner gets to play directly, gets a direct invite. The loser that plays the second place team from the Western qualifier, which is DD Dota. So, a tough opponent.
Yeah, sure. I know. I think they just totally
dark
horse.
Yeah, a very unconventional. I imagine a Chinese team going up against some of Gold Black's picks, the Treant Protector, the Bat Rider. I would be heavily cheering for the Chinese teams to beat that freaking Treant Protector.
I mean, I think it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, I like just seeing the difference in strategies. Again, Wisp sort of gaining some popularity in the Eastern scene. We see Tree picked up a lot in the Western scene. I mean, we see Silencer a lot in the Eastern. I just like seeing. We see Potom twice today too. So I mean, anything's possible.
It really is. Joy Ranger, another hero.
Oh yeah.
Come out
we saw her twice. Twice.
Yeah. Yeah. So things are changing, and I think even give it another month
Change
or
is
so.
good.
Wait
for Dota.
Rumor has it that before TI3 there will be a new patch, so that's going to completely screw up everything.
Yeah.
I feel like the entire hierarchy of teams, the whole ranking could just change because the entire playstyle, the entire YOLO metagame as
oh no.
The entire I'll just say metagame and I'll piss you off enough using that word. Is going to change. It's
the YOLO metagame.
The YOLO metagame.
Oh
well,
no.
I had to throw it in there.
I know. I almost winced. That's
okay.
Well, it's pain to my ears.
I'm excited to see what happens. I think there's a few heroes we may see a lot more of. I mean, I mentioned the big thing for me is making there be more viable support heroes. Heroes like Vengeful Spirit, Venomancer, Crystal Maiden. Just give these little tweaks, whether it's a rework to one of their skills, something needs to be made so that it's not always the same. Look at this game: Keeper of the Light, Shadow Demon, Leshrac. These are like your top tier supports.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a little bit ridiculous how strong the really strong carry heroes can just demolish supports. Like Gyrocopter, he doesn't even need to focus you. If you're in 1,000 range, if you're on the screen, you're dead. If you don't have Ghost Scepter, and most of them can't even afford Ghost Scepter. And Life Stealer, if you're slightly out of position, he'll just crush you in like 3 hits. And you can just blow Rage Open Wounds. Those are just such short cooldowns. You're not really punished at all for using it. If you can get a kill, if you can even like get a few more hits on a tower, you can just use it. And like Luna too, her glaives just bounce and just own all these carries. Sure, you need a lot of skills to synergize so you can make a lot of use with your items, but I mean, like as it stands right now, these carries just demolish the weaker supports. Vengeful Spirit, Crystal Maiden, Venomancer even a little bit, and I mean, they just fall behind way too much, and even without any items, like Nyx with just phase boost can just crush so many heroes.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, as you guys can tell, a fantastic mess of the one. We've got a bit of a power connection problem for Rising Stars. They're hopefully going to be reconnecting into the game soon. We're trying to get all the information we can from them. We'll be hopefully having them reconnect soon. We'll get things underway as soon as possible. But for now, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back once everything's reconnected. We'll keep you as updated as possible. We'll be back soon, guys.
Windrunner at your service. Time for target practice. If at first you don't succeed, stand closer, shoot again. Ah! target.
My spirit may be locked in ice, but my rage still burns.
Welcome back, everybody. It looks like we are going to get ourselves back into this game. All 5 players have reconnected and the game is underway. I know how much you want to look at our pretty faces, but there's also a Dota game to finish. And it does look like we are getting to the finishing point.
Indeed. And for those of you that are just joining us, 26-11 in favor of Vici Gaming. Roshan, about 1 minute left on the Aegis of the Mortal. It is on CTY, the Queen of Pain, who has been causing tremendous amounts of pain to Rising Stars. Wow, look at this tower just dropped. This bear is stacked.
They just force a glyph out. They're just gonna keep on doing this, I feel.
I know. They have a kind of small window, though. This Aegis is right about to expire.
Yes. Yeah, with that, I feel like even once it's gone, they can still look to do this.
CTY she does have BKB up.
Yeah, it's like CTY at this point is nearly unkillable anyways. The main thing is having the Spirit Bearer alive, because that's what's going to bring down this tower bit by bit. And for Rising Stars, they have to push out the creep waves as fast as possible every time. And that's going to be sort of the key thing for them as far as holding this tier 3 tower. BKB not up on Sven yet. That was the other thing, which once Sven gets a BKB, he can just go high ground and start wailing away on this tower as well, and then defending becomes nearly impossible for Rising Stars.
They really do need a pipe, though. Pipe is so important if they're pushing into an Illuminate, which they are. I mean, Rising Stars just confined to their base right now. Just look at their positioning, just barely able to come outside of your base, even with those bubble hands.
Yeah, and the problem is, even if you're holding and not losing, let's say they don't lose their T3 tower for another 5 minutes, well, if they're sitting in that base during that 5 minutes, they're falling further behind.
Yeah, I mean...
They've got no late game plan here. Weaver has just a BKB. Maybe they're like, I mean, they can save for buybacks to maybe hold, but even then, if you're buying back, you're not getting new items.
They're ulti-dependent heroes, though. So, like, if your Magnus buys back without RP, it doesn't really matter. Or Darkseer buys back without wall. I mean, sure, you have vacuum, but is it really that big of a deal? So, for those two important heroes, I mean, buyback is important, but just having items is even more important.
It looks like Vici Gaming are actually... Oh, they've lost Aegis now, so they may just wait for the next Roshan if they really want to be patient. CTY, I love this. Morbid Mask pickup.
Ooh.
He's going for some lifesteal.
That lifesteal. Lifesteal's good on him.
Yeah.
I think Queen of Pain is one of those few heroes that can transition pretty well from a spellcaster into a damage dealer late game. Silencer, I think, one of the other few heroes that can do that. But looks like Rising Stars is actually making a move outside their base and venturing forward all this way to this T2.
They're going to reveal themselves. Shockwave comes in from the side, as does Illuminate. So, Vici Gaming, pings come out. They know exactly what's up. They're not even worried about that T2 tower going down. It looks like they're just going to go start pushing towards the mid lane. They can force Rising Stars back to their own base. And while Rising Stars did finally go on a little brave adventure out of their own base,
they got a ward out.
They got a ward out, but what do they really get? Maybe 3 or 4 creep waves at top lane, but it's not really all that
I think
much.
they were trying to defend, trying to just make VG TP back, and again, sort of delay the inevitable. I mean, you'll get a little bit of farm, but really, they just need kills. They need more farm, they need more kills, and they are just not getting that accomplished right now. Glyph's still on cooldown for 2.5 minutes for Rising Stars.
Yeah, and I think with the glyph down, maybe they just try and find another way to chip on through.
This bear is
Still no pipe though. Visage is getting close to it, and Bear, yep, it's got high ground. There's no backdoor regen. This should be the tier 3 tower. It is missing because of the blinding light. They're not able to get this. They're going for the deny. They do get the deny. Blinding light helping them out a bit there.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't really waste that much. Just a lot of HP on the Spirit Bearer, but again, he does have a second bear up, and Roshan is still down for another minute. So, I mean, they could just play a save, wait for the Aegis, and just straight up push into their base and man mode it, perhaps with a pipe, which is almost completed on Visage, or they can push into this very small timing window that Glyph is still on cooldown. So 145 seconds on Glyph and around 1 minute left on the Roshan respawn timer.
Yeah, I think they're going to more likely wait. I don't think they can be too worried about the Glyph, because what they've got coming is Roshan, pipe on the Visage, and then Sven with the BKB. And I feel BKB Sven is actually quite a big deal when you're looking to push, because they can't really send anyone high ground to do damage to the tower unless they have a BKB. Queen of Pain has one, but you don't want Queen of Pain hitting away on a tower. You're not doing a whole lot of damage. Sven, though, with the God Strength, with the Warcry, can do a lot of damage in the front lines.
Right, and I mean, they have the bear, but bear constantly gets blinding lighted without an MKB up on the bear, and obviously you're not going to go BKB on him either. It's just very difficult to get significant amounts of damage on those, but it looks like Rising Stars does want to contest this. They have taken down the Roche Hammer. Roche respawns about 10 seconds. They are smoked up.
Well, no sentry wards yet planted by Vici Gaming. I would say would have spotted them that Spirit Bear scout. The Spirit Bear's looking something. If they kept a close eye on it, they would actually know they were invis there, because the Spirit Bear, his pathing got messed up by the invis heroes. So it's one of those small little things which you can sometimes notice. But Vici Gaming, they're going for a smoke wraparound of their own. And I think it's because they don't see Rising Stars on the map. They know Rising Stars.
They're smoked.
They know Rising Stars is coming to contest Roshan. So Vici Gaming are going to do a little bit of a play of their own.
Oh, looks like the bear is looking for a hero. Oh, and it totally stops him out. They are wrapping around from behind, though. This is going to be huge. Yeah,
this is going to be huge. XCT, Blink, Stun. Can they bring down Mofi in time? God Strength, they're going to silence him off. Mofi does not stand a chance. BKB, CTY. He's caught out one. Can Mag get an RP? That's going to be the only thing which can save Rising Stars here, but it's not going to happen. It's 2 pickoffs right off the bat. Queen of Pain up to level 23 now. Weaver goes down, Clockwork goes down, and I think Vici Gaming don't even care about Roshan. They may just look to go for a push here.
Yep, unfortunately, Keeper Light is still alive, and I think they just have a really good team coordination. Sven, he stuns the Clockwork, knows that he's dead, and just immediately moves on to the next target, even though he has like 50% HP left, just looking to get the most out of that Blink initiative with the God Strength.
Weaver buys back, and at this point, 40 minutes in, if you're buying back just to try and hold Raxes when you're like some 20k gold, 20k plus gold behind, it's not a winning recipe. We're going to see Glyph get forced out as well. Piper's here, and these Raxes are going to take it very, very easy for him. Oh, nice blink up here coming from Mag, trying to do all he can to stall here, but Darcy got hexed up, so there was no vacuum wall. The wall now comes out, but it feels like the wall's a bit too late. Everyone was stunned and stacked on. Xiao Tuzi silenced up. Sonic Wave is there. He gets burst down just after buying back. Everything going horribly wrong for Rising Stars, and this looks like the end for them.
Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty good Magnus ult, but again, Vici Game is just really good about splitting up, preventing Mag from getting off his reverse polarity.
Yeah.
He does not have a blacking bar, and that is GG from Rising Stars. It's a 40-minute GG from them.
Yeah, the other big play there, CTY, the RP actually landed for once, but CTY had already hexed up the Darkseer. If there was a vacuum wall there, maybe Rising Stars hold. Ultimately, I don't think it would have mattered. Rising Stars were screwed. But it would have been, it was just a nice individual play coming out from CTY. That's what we saw all game long, really. CTY
just
start to finish.
shut down the Magnus in middle, just get a lot of solo kills around that, get that early Orchid, and just keep shutting out that Weaver. Just amazing control by him.
Yeah, everything from Vici Game. I mean, we talked about at the start. Their drafting is just so solid. They have the stronger tri lane. They won the tri lane. Lone Druid won his 1v1 matchup. They won the mid lane. They won all 3 lanes. From there, Rising Stars are playing from behind. Their only salvation was going to be their strong team fight with the Mag, the Clockwork Initiation, the Darkseer, Iron Shell early on, but it never really came together.
Right, I agree with you there. And what do our analysts think about this match?
CTY, CTY, CTY. What a player. 14-0-7 on the Queen of Pain. In 913 games on record for Queen of Pain, we have exactly 0 games where Queen of Pain has gone Helm of the Dominator. But honestly, Kevin, he could have built whatever the hell he wanted.
Yeah, he really did fantastic. More importantly than him never dying was the amount of last hits that he got on the mid lane. It wasn't that he just got a lot of kills and happened to be at a lot of early game fights. He also got an insane amount of last hits. At the end of the game, yeah, he beat the Lone Druid by about 20 CS, which is ridiculous.
It really reminds me of Mushi. That's how Mushi plays Queen of Pain mid when he's at his best. He farms a lot. He plays it more like a one-position carry than he does necessarily like a ganker. Getting the early items, getting the early farm, and sure, you'll see Queen of Pain players like Ferrari dominate the lane, maybe find kills, but keeping your farm up that high, that's pretty unique, and I really feel CTY. The potential for this player is limitless, basically.
Yeah, the rest of his team also did fantastic, of course, but when you dominate your mid lane that hard, get that many last hits, and show up to that many ganks, he did excellent little ganks. He leveled up really fast, and when I think his item progression as well was just so clutch. Grabbing the fast Orchid so he could completely shut down the Weaver in the early ganks. That was like the only evasive hero that the entire Radiant team had to work with, and once you grab the Orchid, if he doesn't have BKB or Manta style set up, you just get rinse repeat killed unless you have insane game sense.
Not only can Queen of Pain dominate Magnus in the lane, but she can build the Orchid and she can get it fast, especially when CTY plays that well, and it shuts Magnus down, not just in the laning stage, but mid-game as well. CTY was always there. The Magnus blink was incredibly delayed, and even by the time he got it, finding a good RP was very difficult. Guys, that was only game 1 of the best of 3. We're running a bit behind schedule, so we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, it will be game 2 of Vici Gaming versus Rising Stars. Winner of this match is going to be the 3rd Chinese team into the next stage, the playoffs. For the International 3 Eastern Qualifiers, 1 team is guaranteed a spot in the main event in Seattle, but you got to fight to get there the hard way. LGD Gaming and Rattlesnakes are waiting. Who will join them? We'll start to find out after this. Game 2 coming up next.